Okay, we'll bring the meeting of the Board of Commissioners for Thursday, February 29th, 2024 to order. It is 9:58.
9:58.
Please join me in the pledge. The pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It was brought to my attention late last night that we have an issue that needs to be taken care of right away. So at this point, Bill?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to go under RSA 91-A:3, 2G. Consideration of a security-related issue bearing on the immediate safety of the security personnel or inmates in the county or state correctional facilities by the county correctional superintendent or the commissioner of the Department of Corrections or their designee. Call the roll. Representative Nelson?
You need a second,
We need a
please.
second. Jeff?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Roll call. Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes.
McCarthy?
Yes.
10 o'clock.
Sorry to make you wait, but this is really important. So, okay. You just need a motion.
Motion to come out of the
Seal
non-session
the minutes.
and seal the minutes, right?
Second.
All those in
Second.
favor, say aye.
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 10:45.
And before we get into public comment, I would just like to make a statement. I know there was a question last week about employees taking vehicles home, and I just want to let everyone know that any employee on campus has the ability to go in and sign out for a vehicle. I don't believe we have a real policy on it, but there is a system where they go in, sign out the vehicle, put the mileage on it, and they sign back in, and it's kept track of that way. There was a question on letting the administrator of the nursing home have a vehicle, and I did say, yep, I asked Bob, do we have one? And we do have several vehicles that are used. And so the only thing that didn't happen, and when I asked Bob and Bob gave him the key, he was not informed about having to go over and sign in and out and mileage. So I guess we can put the responsibility of that on myself and Bob, for not having him do that, but he was new and he didn't know that. So if there's any other questions about that?
I actually have a question, Madam Chairman. I would have appreciated being informed of that, since I am the commissioner. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but as a courtesy, I would like to be informed next time that happens.
Okay. Okay, so now, Bob, if you would like to say anything, or Rich, I think it's done with.
No, next
Okay.
time I'll know.
Well, Madam Chairman?
Yes.
May I think we should have a policy. I have the policy book here. The policy book, as you can see, is fairly substantial. And the one policy that's not in there is the use of county vehicles, which I wonder why that isn't in there. But
Because it's never been a problem in the past when it's signed in and out.
I don't think it's a problem. It should be a policy, and I think we should create a policy. And I'll make a motion to do that if you'd like.
I have no problem with that.
I would make a motion to create a policy on the control of and usage of county vehicles.
Is there a ground rule that going to be part of that? I mean, how, when, where?
Yes,
I mean, how, why they're using it,
Yes.
that type of thing?
it will be a policy.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, then we can go into public comment.
Oh, yes, you give me a lot more to talk about. Fred Kane from Wolfboro. Does this mean the administrator from the nursing home is going to have a county vehicle indefinitely now?
He does not have a county vehicle indefinitely, and it already has been returned. He's no longer in
Okay,
need.
so it was a temporary thing that we're having.
Yes.
And
If you would like me to tell you what happened, do I need to explain that all to you?
as long as you're going to allow me to speak afterwards.
I received an email from the administrator saying that he was not going to be able to be into work on, I don't remember what day it was. And I said, he was having car trouble. And I said, fine. And then I saw him the next day and I said, did you get your car fixed? And he said, no, it's going to be a while. They have to order parts. And so somebody had picked him up and brought him into work. So Bob was with me. I said, Bob, do we have a vehicle that's available? I consider him, he needs to be here. And so that's how it all took place.
Okay, well, I know that, I used to be in the car business, and, previously, and now I'm not, and when I drop a vehicle off to be serviced and it's gonna be tied up, I usually have to rent the vehicle myself personally. So, but that's good to know. But also, has the signage of the mileage on the vehicles, has that been in place for a while, or is that something new?
Oh, it's been in place ever since I've been here. And Dominic, you're shaking your head. Would you like to?
Yeah. And if I could,
You may.
dispatchers use that, and others may use that in my office, because when they go to training, otherwise we have to pay them the federal rate for mileage, so it's much cheaper for the county to, some of the cars that get turned over, so employees can use them to go back and forth to training and stuff like that.
I do understand that with the sheriff, because the sheriffs do take the cars home, but has the farm manager been recording mileage when he takes the vehicle over the last 10 years that he's been here? My understanding that is new the 1st of January this year,
Pardon? What is new?
the mileage and the logging of the mileage.
No, it's always been in place,
Okay.
as far as I know.
So but there's no policy on it, correct?
And with talking with the manager of DPW, he takes the truck home if he's making a delivery for someone with hay, or if he's having to pick up stuff somewhere that's county related.
Yeah. Okay. I see on the agenda this week, we're going to be talking about MVC tuition and education policy adoption. Is there a policy on that now that is in the policy book?
I believe we've had one, but we want to make changes if that's correct, Melissa?
I would have to confirm, sorry.
Will that also include the Doobie Fund education policy?
I have no idea.
I think trust funds are a separate matter, handled differently.
Is there a policy on that trust fund?
I think the funding, if I might, that proposed for this policy, the funding isn't included in it. It's just how employees can qualify for it and receive it, but the funding mechanism isn't included in the policy.
Okay. Will the policy book be here so the public can review the policy, especially if you're talking about policies?
I believe, aren't our policies online?
They're not on the current website, they'll be on the new, but certainly at any time, if you want to come over to the office, the county policy book is always updated and available in my office.
Well, it may be helpful if you're going to discuss them here, if they laid out here, and while they're in non-public for 45 minutes, we could look at them and kind of review them. But thank you. Also, I'm a little confused. The ADON position was terminated for financial reasons, which I have an email here stating it was to level fund our budget. Her position was eliminated for budget reasons. And then, less than a year later, they advertised a director of quality. And I requested the pay for the director of quality, which I received from Melissa last week after the meeting, and that position pays $103,000 a year, which was more than the ADON position after 12 years of service. So I'm kind of wondering why all of a sudden for budget reasons, and all of a sudden you bring in a new position, which, the HR director says it's not the same. There were 12 qualifications on job description on that page that I talked to you about before, that the former ADON did, signed every one of them, and the former ADON actually went in the other day to see a resident, bring her some flowers, who was a little down and all, and somebody said, "Geez, Patty, do you want to see your replacement? Meet your replacement?" So they took her in, she said hello, very nice lady, she's working at the same desk in the same room. She said she's been trying to go through a lot of the stuff that has been put aside since the former ADON left. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions? Any other public? Okay. Any media questions? Seeing none. We'll have the approval of the minutes for February 22nd.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Signature copy? And there's the signature copy when you get technical.
You have, okay.
Whatever else is that coming this way?
No, we haven't approved that yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this the, where's this one? That's mine, okay. Okay, so this goes in the basket. Okay. The manifest approval for accounts payable for February 28th was $409,690.20. Payroll for March 1st will be $239,503.90.
Motion that we accept that?
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We will go into recess for the Board of Selectmen for Hales location,
10:57.
10:57. Okay, let me get this stuff for Hales. Okay. I have two checks from Hales. One is to the town of Bartlett for $2,375. That is for the elections. They have to pay for staffing for elections. The other one is $500 to Cheryl Neely at the town clerk. And that is for the town of Bartlett for elections of 224, the presidential primary. And this one is for general government. Yep. Also both for elections. So, and permission for the treasurer to sign. Would you care to look?
Sure. Make some good money for that. So few people.
Yep. If you would care to look.
Yeah, do they run the election at their place, or do people have to go to Bartlett or
They have to
whatever?
go to Bartlett. Because of the redistricting, they used to go to Conway, but when they did the redistricting, now they have to go to Bartlett.
Okay.
So, okay. We'll wait a motion.
Make a motion to accept.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 And then we need to make a motion to accept the minutes from February 15th,
So-
22nd.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from that date.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Let me sign while I have it. So we have nothing else for Hales. So we will reconvene our regular meeting for the commissioners.
11 o'clock.
New business. First thing is the waiver of the bid process and approval to purchase the police cruisers. Sheriff? I thought we did this already. Guess not.
Morning.
Morning.
I didn't know if that same thought.
I thought we did it last fall, but
And it's possible that it may have gotten overlooked. But I know it was discussed, obviously, during the budget process as far as that we needed the 2 cruisers and we put that amount into the budget. So I guess if you did not see the emails that were back and forth from me and Crest Chevrolet, they reached out to me to say that Dodge is no longer going to produce these vehicles that we've been using, the Dodge Chargers, as of July in 2023. There was a cutoff date. And if we would like to order them, to put in the order with no commitment to, in the end, purchase them if, obviously, if it doesn't go through the budget and all that. So I did tentatively sign on that commitment to have them ordered, knowing that if we don't pick them up, he said he would have no problem getting rid of them to another police department. So if we don't purchase these, then you'd be looking at purchasing SUVs, which are going to be about $10,000 more for each vehicle, and they would have to be ordered. So I think that it was a good business deal, and that we should move forward. The state does provide a bid throughout the state, usually comes late in the year. We did use that to purchase the other 2023s that we do have in the earlier part of the year. So those numbers would have been the same. He was going to try and hold as tight as he could to the same price that we picked up the prior to of 2023. I did notice that they came in $100 more for each vehicle. I have a question into him, but if he can't change that, then I guess I would take the $200 out of the vehicle expense line if need be.
any questions? No. Questions?
Yes. Prior to this, you normally do go through the bid process, correct?
Technically, yes, we do reach out to a couple dealerships and use the state bid. When we first started dealing with Crest Chevrolet, they came in like $600 higher, I believe it was, than the state bid. It was local. It was worth, instead of having to go to, I think one year was Connecticut, she had to use the dealership that the state bid came in at. And a lot of times it's down in the Manchester, Nashua area that supply the vehicles. So
No, I mean, it's not a question of are you doing the best thing for the county, it's just a
Yeah.
question of transparency, so
Yeah.
nobody can question the fact
Yeah.
that we're not following the rules and
Right.
and then doing what we're supposed to do.
now we do shop around. We shop around for the equipment that goes into these vehicles to get the best price, because obviously we also want to get the best bang for our buck at what we have budgeted.
Didn't we approve these already, or did we?
I thought we did.
No.
I thought we did last fall.
We didn't?
I thought I would have said the same thing.
I thought we did.
The last time that you voted to waive and purchase was the replacement K-9 vehicle,
Maybe that's what it
and
was.
that's been done.
Yeah, maybe that was the one, but I remember doing it, but,
Yeah.
okay. Any other questions? No?
Right, make a motion?
Yes, please.
Would we making a motion to be able to spend that extra money, or?
To waive the bid process and approval to purchase the police cruisers.
Same, to waive, to purchase the vehicles and to waive the what do I call it, bid process.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Sorry, for the record, you have to include in the motion your reason for waiving the bid process.
Okay. The cost, when I add to that, the price of the vehicles have gone up.
And the availability really
And
was.
yeah,
Yeah,
in fact,
the
we
availability
cannot
is
get
really-
this vehicle
Right,
anymore.
the availability is really.
I'm making it.
Yep.
Thank you. That works. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, Joe?
No, I think that was it. I did give Melissa the renewal for the forestry agreement for this year. It is the same number as $15,000 as it was last year for us to patrol on the Kank and up in Harts. So that is moving forward for this 2024.
And the Albany,
Yeah,
that
their
came in?
meeting is coming up in March,
March.
so it's not finalized yet, but
Okay.
He gave me one copy this morning of that forestry thing, if you want to just look at it. If you need a copy, let me know. And I'm sorry, so did the motion, you voted to waive the bid process because of the price and availability. Did you vote on the total amount to authorize the sheriff to spend the money, and so we can cut the check?
Check's already been,
I guess we did.
yeah. Yeah, what was the amount was 60?
Do you have that, Dominic, or do we need to make a call?
I know
60,000, I thought. 62.
from what, I think it was 72,414 is what's in the capital line. And then, I think I don't have the, bill of sales in front of me as far as, I think they were $100 more for each cruiser.
Yeah, I think it was 60 something for each one.
Sorry, you're going to spend the full amount that's in your capital for that, the 72,414, or,
Correct.
and you're sure on that number, you need me to look it up?
If you want to double check it,
Okay.
I believe that was
Does
there.
that include putting all the equipment in and everything?
No, that's the separate new equipment line. Yeah.
And where do you have that done?
Actually, one of the part-time deputies does that, so we save quite a bit of money instead of shipping that out to a company to do.
This is the usual.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's nothing
Nothing
different.
different. Okay. I don't know anything. Chuck
We
wants to
need
look at it.
a motion on that, or just?
No,
Is it
good.
We don't need a motion on
No,
this, do
I
we?
just gave it to you to look at if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll put it back in the box. So,
And the amount in capital for the two cruisers is 72,414. If you wanted to vote on that amount to authorize the sheriff to purchase them.
okay, why don't we just add to it, not to exceed the 72,414?
The motion is amended?
Yep,
If I could,
yes.
if he is unable to change what those bill of sales read, am I able to find it within the budget?
If you have it in your budget. We're only talking, what, an extra $200?
Correct.
So you could just vote to authorize the sheriff to spend $72,414 from the
Yep.
2024 capital fund.
Okay.
That would cover it. then.
Yep, that would cover it. I don't put not to exceed, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do a motion.
Yeah, a motion.
I'm going to make a motion that it not exceed,
No, don't say not exceed.
To spend $72,414 from the 2024 capital budget
You
for
took
the
the words
purchase
out of
of
my
2
mouth.
cruisers.
yes.
Do you agree with that? Okay,
Second.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
all right.
So I went to, okay.
I think,
And just so you know, we are getting a vehicle back that's been in storage or evidence for the last year and a half from 2P. So that obviously is getting appraised by the insurance adjuster from the damages from the shooting incident that took place in Tuftonboro. So that just happened yesterday as far as it getting appraisal looked at finally. And it will need some body work and 2 windshields. So we will get that done as soon as we can and move on from there. That case is
so
done.
we're going to have 2 other vehicles that will be put up for auction?
It's possible, yes.
Possible.
Yes, yes. And I'll get with Bob on those.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Bob, I guess you're up next, the jail, the roof consultant recommendations.
Morning.
Good morning. By the way, it looks nice down there with all that stuff gone.
Down here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did a lot of cleaning out. Still have more to go. So I have 3 things to go over with you this morning. First being the roof consultant for the jail. And as you know, last year you instructed me to find a consultant to give us recommendations for how we're going to proceed with the roof. And I sent those to you. And I have 3 consultants that I spoke with. They're widely varied in proposals. The first 2 proposals, one came in at $3,265.
And which one is that one? Wayne?
That's from Northridge Consulting Engineers. That's the one who, the name was given to me by Representative Brown. He's worked extensively with this company before, done some very large buildings. And I had a nice conversation with this gentleman, and he knew exactly what we were facing. He doesn't recommend going with a metal roof again. He said that's not the type of building that we should put a metal roof on. And he recommends that we, after we hire him, he's going to formally recommend that we go with an overlay PVC or rubber roof, not removing the old roof. But this proposal from this consultant doesn't contain any oversight. It's just basically coming up with a design, helping us through the bid process to hire somebody, and then that's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I'm okay with that. I'm not sure if you are. The next option.
Yep. Well, so we got.
The next option is we're looking at a proposal that's probably going to be somewhere, this is a menu style format. It's going to be a minimum of $16,850, depending on how many visits.
Oh, is this the independent roof?
This is
service?
from Independent Roof Services. This provides some oversight. Again, I'm not sure if it's necessary,
Okay.
but it's substantially more than the Northridge proposal. And then the other proposal that we got was from a company in southern New Hampshire. I'm not going to mention the name, but it was $61,000
But that's total, that's everything.
total for roughly the same services. So I'm going to leave that at the bottom of the pile and not talk about that one.
Okay. That's good.
So I'm comfortable with Northridge at $3,265. If the commissioners would like to see some oversight, which I'm not opposed to, but I'm not sure is necessary, that moves us up to independent roof services proposal. Again, which is in a menu-style format, depending on how many visits you were to make.
Any questions?
Did they, I think I may have asked this once before, did they consider solar on the roof?
No. No, we've talked about that extensively in the past when we had solar discussions. And, yeah, the jail roof is 40,000 square feet, but that's not, you're not going to get anything substantial for solar output on that. We need to measure our solar field in acres, not in square feet, to do anything that's going to be substantial for the county. Okay.
And then, just, Sean, do you have any input on this?
Not at this time, no, I don't.
What would be your recommendation, Bob?
I'm comfortable with either one. Like I said, Northridge Consulting doesn't provide any oversight. And we've already had a preliminary discussion about the type of roof that he thinks is suitable for the jail. It's short money. $3,265 is pretty short money. That's an attractive proposal. But without oversight, I'm a facilities guy.
So you'll do the oversight?
I'll be doing my own oversight. Roofing is not my trade, but I am very familiar with roofing systems. This is a large roof. I'd hate like hell to have this thing show up with a leak, years down the road. So I would not be uncomfortable with the consultant doing oversight. But that's a big jump in price. So I think
If I may, Madam
Yes.
Chairman. So independent would really be acting more as a GC than, or as an oversight of the project versus Northridge is just going to.
Yeah, independent would help us through the whole process.
Correct.
Northridge would help us get it off the ground and then hand it over to us.
Correct.
After the bid was awarded.
So you would be basically running the project?
Yes.
Are you comfortable doing that?
I'm comfortable doing it, yes. But I would also defer to your comfort as well. I wouldn't be insulted if you wanted to hire on extra oversight. But that comes with a price.
How much time is involved in the oversight with an independent? I mean, would they be on site all the time?
No, it would be random visits.
I'm assuming that's what these are all.
Yeah, I think it would include a visit during construction, during the roofing project, and probably a final inspection at the end.
Yeah, it says final.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the question is, would they be able to catch things you wouldn't catch? I guess that's really, and I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer
to that either.
I don't know the answer to that because I never did roof. I mean, not this kind of roof.
Madam Chair, could I ask,
You
or
may.
at least make a suggestion? Dallas Emery. Why don't you get the plan originally for the fix of the problem that you have now? And what would the cost be to hire an independent inspector to make sure it was done right before you sign off on paying for the job? Wouldn't that be a solution? We don't have a cost, so I don't know, but you're relying on the same general contractor to do your inspection at the end. You should have somebody different doing the inspection.
Well, may I
Yes.
respond? That's what we'd be doing. This is an independent consultant. They wouldn't be doing the installation. So it would be an independent company that would help us get the project off the ground.
Okay, well,
and do an inspection at the end.
right, so what I'm understanding is that they're going to be acting as a GC. They're going to be getting it off the ground, they're gonna get it, all of the contractors in line, they're gonna be having the people do the job. And at the end of the job, to get paid, they're gonna be doing the inspection.
Yes.
That's not independent. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not. that's
Well, it's
the same
independent of the
company.
contract, it's not the same person.
They're not gonna fail themselves. Is all I'm
They're not
saying.
doing the
They're not
installation.
They're not doing the installation.
I understand, but they're running the job.
No,
Not really.
no,
They're not?
no.
Isn't that what
No,
you just
no,
said?
they'd just be helping us create the RFP, helping us through the bidding process,
Right.
and then doing probably an inspection during construction and
You're not
maybe an
gonna have any
inspection at the
relationship
end.
with the contractor?
No, no, that's why we're going this route.
Okay.
We want to keep it, we
Because
want to
the
keep
way I
it
understood is
separate.
they're gonna have a relationship with the contractors.
No, and through the repairs that we've attempted to do over the years has been with a single roofer. And we've been unsuccessful with the repairs, so I want to make sure that, that this is done independently.
Okay. No, now I'm following you now, because it didn't sound that way.
Okay. Sorry for any confusion.
Gentlemen, do you want to make a do we have to have a decision today?
No, but the sooner we do this, the sooner we can get it off the ground. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to hire somebody to do the roof on the jail. We did not put it in the capital budget this year
Right, so it wouldn't be till next year.
because we're anticipating that this is going to take some time to get this off the ground. We have to live with the leak for another year, but leaks, plural.
Leaks, plural. Or maybe
so.
the side caving in.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I hope not.
Okay.
So we have some time to think about it?
Gentlemen, do you want to think you're ready, or you?
Leave it to you two, I'm really not familiar with it.
I'd like to think about this a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll bring it up
And
again
do a little bit more
next
work
week.
on the roof, yeah.
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 As a matter of fact, I think that's a good idea, is to let this one sit and
We'll think,
get
yeah.
digested and,
Yeah.
Because there may be advantages to spending more than less.
Yes, because we might end up spending more in the end.
Right.
yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Firm number might be better.
Roofs, yeah. Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes?
what about the internal issues that the leaks have caused? Is that going to be in the evaluation?
No, neither one of these, may I respond?
Yes?
Neither one of these companies are doing anything but roof. I want to get the roof fixed, I want to get the building tight, and then address any damage that's been done on the inside afterwards.
And so we have no idea how much that's going to cost?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't think it will be cheap. If you have you been in there?
No, but if it's been leaking for that long, I
Yes.
don't know how much damage could be actually
Yeah.
behind the wall.
Would, Madam Chairman,
Yes.
would knowing what the problem inside is going to be, would that affect doing the outside?
No.
Okay, and we will take this up again at the next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob. Sean, you have anything to say about it before?
Only I just want to say, we got to move forward with this investment. I'm thinking the $16,000 one would be a better choice. That's just been listening, after listening to Bob, I didn't know a lot about this, that's why I didn't have an opinion right off the get-go.
Okay.
But I'm leaning more to the 16,000, so we have an individual that's actually, no disrespect to you, and you've got your carpentry
No,
skills.
none taken. I said at the beginning of the meeting that,
If we pay for this
Wouldn't
type of
defend it.
service, in the long run, I think it's going to protect our purchase. That's just my piece on that. Other than that, I have nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bob. You have anything else for us?
yes, I do,
Oh, geez, what at?
a couple things.
Oh, gee, okay.
Two RFPs that I'd like to move forward with.
Okay,
One being, as you know, 2 Christmases ago, we sustained some damage to the carpet in the Mount Washington Valley Room. And we got an insurance adjustment from it, and because the carpet is 13 years old, there's 50% depreciation. So the insurance only covered half the carpet. So I put it in the budget. I put it in the capital budget for 2024.
Okay.
And it was approved. So we're ready to move forward with the carpet replacement.
okay.
So I'd like to put that out to bid. You have a copy of the RFP, and I have a couple companies that I've talked to that have given us prices. But it's going to be well over $10,000, and this is something that can be easily put out to bid and see what we get.
What do we have in the budget for it? What's put in?
$17,000. That covers the deductible and depreciation,
How many square feet are we talking about?
about 3,000. Yep.
So moved.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And the other thing is the,
Question, I'm not sure where you're putting the carpet. In,
the big room.
oh, over here in the
Yeah,
nursing home.
the nursing, the
Oh,
big,
okay, I was
the
thinking
Mount
the
Washington
jail for a
Valley
minute.
room
I
at
was saying, why
the
did you
nursing
want
home.
to know the thing with it? I'm sorry.
And the other thing is the laundry truck. I'd like to put out an RFP to purchase the laundry truck. I put $70,000 in the capital budget for replacement, and I have the RFP ready to go. And if it's okay with the commissioners, I'd like to put that out.
Yep, aye.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Okay. That is it.
Okay. Thank you, Bob.
I just had to step out for a second, so you just approved the carpet?
Yes.
RFP?
Yep.
Right.
Did you do the bus?
Yes.
Box truck.
The box truck, sorry.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, sorry.
So, I guess, Rich, you're up next. We'll get you,
Linda and I were tag team, I'll let her speak.
we'll get that out
Well,
of the
well,
way, and then we
quick,
go
then.
back into the non-public.
I thought Dave was coming, but I don't see him, so.
Morning, Commissioner. What we have, Commissioner LaBeouf and I have been working on a tuition payment/reimbursement policy for our LNA, MNA, LPN, and RN employees. Labor attorney Clausen has reviewed it to make sure we crossed all our Ts and dotted our Is. But this is managing the administration of getting folks increasing education. So our plan is to actually advance tuition for the LNA and MNA folks. They're at a lower level salary, that sort of thing. It's a little bit less money, and so we're going to advance them money. There are certainly eligibility requirements, that sort of thing, to get them certified in that to allow for some career advancement. And then it would be a tuition reimbursement scenario with our LPN and RN employees.
Question?
May?
Do they have to, is there a clause or something, once this is paid, you have to remain an employee? or-
Yes, there is a repayment clause in there, and they will sign something saying that if they do not satisfy that, they'll have to pay the money back.
Correct. And the max is 10,000?
For the RN
For the
program,
RN.
correct. It's 5,000 for the LPN, 10,000 for the RN, and it's 12, I believe it's 1,200 for the LNA and MNA courses. Yeah. There's also a comment in there about the tax implications. We also sought CFO Batchelder's input because of her knowledge with regard to anytime we're passing money to employees. So she was involved as well to ensure that we stated everything correctly.
Questions?
Is it something I said?
No, it was not in the right position for best quality.
No. Good.
Have any questions?
I do not.
And our attorney has gone through this and
Yes.
trusted it.
Yes.
And so is Bonnie, and I'm sure that you too. Questions?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. Motion, Bill?
Make a motion to accept this. We want to call it.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
You're very
This
welcome.
is the signature version.
Okay.
That one says draft on it. What's it?
Do you have a clean one, Linda? 'Cause I don't-
Yes.
Yeah, she just gave me one.
Okay,
Here's the, sorry, that one's all pretty and colorful.
that's fine.
Okay. Jeez, yeah, we want to.
Color this gives-
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. I hope
Well, let's
this,
start immediately for somebody who wants just to sign, or do you have to start after this? I'm sorry to ask this later.
go ahead.
As long as they're meeting eligibility requirements, we're good to go.
So if they're halfway through a class, then would that pay for that class?
Not that particular class, it's moving forward. So it's moving.
Okay, so new classes after, okay. Sorry,
So I should hold it
asking that afterwards.
Are you ready, Laura?
Yeah, I know they-
Madam Chair, is that portion for off-site training?
Yes.
he said yes.
Yeah, it's just too bad that used to be done in-house there, where somebody in-house has always done those trainings.
Yep.
Thank you.
For you, Madam Chair,
Yes.
unfortunately, with one of the surveys that we have, we're not allowed to do on-site training.
Correct.
We are looking to appeal that through both Department of Health and Human Services and Centers for Medicare Services. But that's a process we have to explain to them why we have a hardship. So it's something we're definitely looking at.
Madam Chair,
Thank you, yes.
when does that prohibition for training end? Another year?
It's
2 years.
It's usually 2, but they are allowed to make exceptions, but it has to go all the way up to the regional office in Boston.
Okay. I'm glad you're looking into that.
Okay.
So it's coming.
Yeah, you're welcome, thank you.
We will take a short recess, so 5 minutes.
10:30, I'm sorry, 11:30.
It's interesting how they do all this, the intricacies.
Oh, Melissa, I have got to run over. I left that signature thing over.
I just, I pulled it up.
We're coming out of recess,
11:33.
going back into our scheduled meeting, and it is, what did you say,
11:33.
11:33?
We did vote on this other one.
Yep. So you'll have to read this into the public again.
Okay. Consideration of 91 at 90, where am I going? RSA 91A:2G, consideration of the security-related issues bearing on the immediate safety of the security of personnel or inmates at the county or state correctional facilities by the county correctional superintendents or the commissioner of the Department of Corrections or their designees.
Second.
All those in favor, roll call vote?
Okay. Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes.
And McCarthy.
Yes.
11:34, so just G.
Yep.
Thank you.
On this one?
Yep. Yes.
It's 12:55.
Okay, waiting on a motion to come out of non-public
So, and seal the minutes.
and seal the
Seal the
minutes.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And it is, what did you say, 150?
12:55.
12:55. Okay, what do we have next? We need a motion to enter into the WSB Technologies Assessment Proposal.
So moved.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Madam Chair, what is that?
It's for our IT department, just to do an overall assessment.
Madam Chair, could we add to the motion to authorize the chair to sign
Yes.
the agreement? Is that okay?
Make a motion that they authorize the chair to sign the contract.
Second.
Thank
So
you.
just amend it, okay?
Give in.
Okay, so that's
Madam Chair, what is the cost of the contract?
the initial assessment, like $3,200.
Something like that.
Hold on, I'll give you the exact amount, is $3,250.
And that's done in phases, or is that the whole thing?
That's the whole thing to start with.
Thank
And
you.
we'll see what's needed after the assessment. The next one we have is we need a vote for the audit engagement letter. For signature authorization is usually the chair, whatever you want to do. We just need a,
I'll authorize the chair to author or sign whatever the engagement letter.
Is that a motion? Second.
okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is that Vashon Cloquet?
Yes.
Thank you.
Seconded?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, what else do we have, Lisa? We're not doing these other things this week, right?
No, it can hold everything else. There's no line item transfers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any commissioner comments or reports?
No.
Okay. I will wait for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It is
12:58.
12:58. Okay. Do you have,
What's that?
I just need, do you have the one, technology one? Oh, yeah.